What we're looking for the final editor position here is somebody who has great attention to detail, as well as great knowledge in what good photographs look like. This is going to be important for choosing photographs that we will use to blog about, and choosing sort of the best photographs that are in a set. You're not going to have to go through and edit thousands of photos here. You're going to go through them fairly quickly, pick the 100 to 150 images that need a lot of work, or work anyway, and go ahead and final edit those. If you go through this process, you'll find that it's actually really fast. It's simple, and you just follow the steps to kind of understand what it is that you want to go ahead and do. So there's going to be a whole separate tutorial on how to get files. The way that we grab files is going to be changing. So essentially what you want to do is just find the tutorial on finding files and downloading them, and follow that. Usually it's via FTP. There may be a website for them. Either way, getting the files. You're only going to be downloading about 2 to 3 gigabytes worth of information, not a lot, because we're going to be using Smart Previews. So once you've downloaded the Smart Previews and you have them with the catalog, in this case I have catalog and Smart Previews, you want to open up Lightroom, and you'll want to build standard size previews for some of these. Understand something here real quick. What you're going to be getting here is you're going to be getting a set of images that have already been edited by somebody. Somebody's already gone through and done the basic touch-up to make sure that these are pretty close. They've also gone through and selected the best of the images to be shown, so you're not looking at a lot of junk. So what you want to do is start off by selecting the 2-star images, because the person before you would have chosen a 1-star or no star to select for images that they don't want to be part of the set. So if you click on 2 stars, you're going to be looking at everything 2-star. This will be all the images that we're going to give a client. About 1157 of them. From there, we want to select all of them and go into the library panel, go to previews, and build standard size previews. This should probably take a few minutes depending on the speed of your computer, but what this will allow you to do is it'll allow your whole process to go a lot faster. What we want to go ahead and do is, and I've already done some of this in this beginning just to kind of give you an idea of what we're going to go ahead and do. We want to be looking for a few things when we look at each one of these images, and we're going to look for them very quickly. The first thing we want to do is look at the photograph and decide if it needs anything that we can make changes to in the Quick Develop panel. Exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites, blacks, clarity, vibrance, any kind of Quick Develop preset or white balance adjustment that we can make on these images right within the Quick Develop panel. For the most part, these images should be pretty close, so you shouldn't have to make any of these major changes. But you may come across an image or two that needs a contrast adjustment. Somebody maybe went over or under on the exposure, and making a quick change to them right in the Quick Develop panel is critical. That's the first thing. The second thing we want to be doing is we're going to be flagging images that need to be adjusted outside of the Quick Develop panel. So what we want to do is we want to put a flag on the images using the ellipses key, which is the one to the left of the number 1 key on the keyboard. Using the ellipses key to flag any images that need any kind of work outside the Quick Develop panel. The work that could include would be, number 1, it would be anything that would need spot removal, spot adjustment, cropping, additional straightening, anything like that that you think needs to happen. We're going to want to do that by flagging those images. Those flagged images will be the ones that you will spend probably the most amount of time on. If you see any images that are really off in color, you're going to want to flag them to move forward. The third thing we want to be doing while we're looking at these images is determining which ones we think need to be black and white. Now we can make the black and white adjustment right within the Quick Develop panel by using the Save Preset and the B&W Tone presets of Cream Tone if you have that preset. This way we can actually black and white the images that we feel like need to be black and white, and keep the ones that are colored that need to be colored. We choose images that need to be black and white based on 3 criteria. The first of which is if we feel like it is a really high contrast image. If it has a lot of blacks and a lot of whites in it and it would just simply look good as a black and white, we feel like that should be a black and white image, and we can make that adjustment in the saved presets. If we wanted to pick an image that was highly emotional, an image that has a lot of emotion, really pretty, what we're going to go ahead and do is pick that one for black and white because it kind of helps that emotion along. We're talking about father-daughter dance, we're talking about a first dance, maybe a first look where they see each other for the first time coming down the aisle, something you look at that's pretty charged emotionally, we want to use that black and white for that. And if you come across a photo that is just completely messed up when it comes to color, that's going to be an image you want to consider to be black and white. If you're getting color cast of oranges coming from bad lighting, or white and blue coming from all different locations, and it just simply can't be fixed in any quick develop or develop panel, you just want to make it black and white. Make your life a little bit easier. If the lighting is bad, the lighting is bad, and there may not be much we can do about it. So we want to make those images sometimes black and white as well. So lastly, that black and white would be the fourth thing that you're looking for as far as looking at these images. The adjustments you're going to be looking for, and then the last thing you want to be looking for is which images are the best of the set. Okay? So what we want to do is we want to be looking for images that help to tell the story of the day, but they are the best. When you draw this image up, it's striking. It looks great. You should wind up with about 50 photos or 60 photos that are the best of the set. Even 70 if you want. Best of the set. These help to tell the story of the day. They're details. They're basically what you can imagine would go into a wedding album. You kind of want to be thinking about what would go into a wedding album, which images would help to tell the story of the day. What we want to do with those images, and we want to give them a 3-star rating. This will increase their star rating and isolate them so we have to look at them further. Okay? So here it is one more time. Number 1, adjust images in the Quick Develop panel that need adjustment with Quick Develop tools. 2, flag images that need to be adjusted beyond the Quick Develop panel. 3, make images black and white. 4, select images for advancing them in the rating system for the best images that we have in the set. Those are the 4 things that you want to be looking at for every single one of these images, okay? So we're going to go through and take a look at that real quick now. So as I'm looking through here, first image done, it's fine. Second image, we're seeing in the background here a big red fire handle for a fire alarm. We're going to flag that because we know we're going to have to remove that in post afterward. So we flagged this image, this one, and we're going to hit the ellipses tool to basically flag them as we go along. Skipping through here these photos, nothing's really striking about these. We're going to flag this image here. This one I already made black and white because I thought it was worth doing. Moving through here. This image right here is cute. I think it looks really good. It has his name on it. It has a heart. It's a cute image, and it would help to tell the story of their day. So I made it a 3-star image. I flagged this one, flagged that one, flagged all the rest of these images, just kind of basically batch flagged each one of these. And while I batch flagged them, I looked around to see if there were any images that I thought would be great for their blog. I mean, not for their blog, but for their album. And didn't see anything major, so I'm kind of just looking at the background. None of these images stand out to me as being super important, or also really great images. So far, so good. I'm basically moving through here. And I like this image here. It's a good detail of her getting her makeup done. So I'll 3-star that image because we want to bring it forward to do some further editing to it as well later. These images are fine. That one looks like it's a little overexposed. So let's go ahead and decrease the exposure on a little bit. Maybe even do a whole stop of exposure adjustment. But it darkens up this right side and it lightens up the other. So let's go ahead and flag it so that we can adjust it with a brush. It's a cute picture, but it doesn't include the bride and groom, so it doesn't mean it's that important to me with these girls. So we'll move forward from this. Okay, looking forward. Now we're going to kind of bounce back and forth here. We're going to be looking at some of the guys' photos as well. Again, just taking a look here. These are kind of cute images here, the little guys. I might pick one of these to be a 3-star image. It doesn't really need any further editing on any of these. These are all good. I kind of like this image here. It's a nice detail shot. We'll 3-star that image. Moving through. I like her smile on this one. We'll 3-star that one. And I kind of like the way this box detail shot is put together. We'll 3-star that one. It's okay to 3-star. It's okay to 3-star an image and then later in post take it off of 3 stars. So it's it's okay to overstar them if you want to and then pull back on them. Okay, good. In each one of these photos, I kind of feel like they're a third overexposed. So we're going to go ahead and click the exposure button down, and then we're just going to do the same thing for each of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. Got a nice shot here. I really like this photo. That's going to be a 3-star for sure. These are good. This is okay. This is a little bit bright, so we'll go down. Same thing here, we're going to go down. Okay. I feel like these images are just okay here, not a big deal. These are very crazy, a lot of stuff going on in these photos, so nothing major here. Bride and groom photo could use a 3-star. We'll 3-star that for now. Go back and look at it a little bit later. A lot of stuff going on in these photos. Nothing major pops out at me that needs to be adjusted. We're going to go ahead and 3-star this one here. This one's going to get a flag because we can see the light switch in the background, which can be easily removed. This image has a 3-star here. I may 3-star both these girls' images so I can look at them closer later. But for right now, I know I have them at least pretty well set up here. I may 3-star one of these. I don't really love the curtains in either of these photos. Moving forward. If I've got two images that look very similar, I may come in here and choose to make one black and white. Let's go color presets, black and white tone, go to cream tone. And then while we're at it, we're going to adjust the exposure up and the contrast forward. This actually could use some further straightening. As you can see, he looks like he's on a bit of an angle. So I may flag that for further cropping later. Good shot here. Again, a little bit busy in the background here with stuff. I'm going to flag that for further editing later. I think this could crop up a little bit and we can get rid of some of that garbage in the background here. Through here. Kind of an okay shot. Nothing that really stands out. Okay. These shoe shots look solid. I'm going to use that as a 3-star. Nothing about this really stands out to me. The dress shot is just okay. But I am going to flag these because I want to remove the, again, we want to remove the light switch out of the background. This dress shot is better. Let's go ahead and 3-star one of these dress shots and keep moving along here. This bottle looks crooked, as you can see here. It looks like it's not quite straight. We're going to go ahead and flag that so we can adjust it. I think the background is straight, but the bottle isn't, and that's going to be kind of an issue. So we'll find out later. Moving through here. Nothing major about these photos that really needs adjustment. Nothing critical here. Bride, maid of honor is making a really funny face in that. This is kind of a cool shot. I may 3-star that. I like the bride's face in that. I like this one. This one's great. So I'm 3-starring this. I may even consider going black and white with it. And then adjusting the contrast on that considerably. And coming down on the exposure just a little bit and up a little bit. So that image is where it's supposed to be. Yeah, that looks good right there. And it's 3-starred anyway, so I'm going to take a better look at it a little bit later. But moving through here, we're going to see if there's any images that really stand out to us in the adjustment. Okay. I don't really know why this image made the set. Also, one last thing we can do is also demote images. We can actually turn them to 1-star images and get them out of the set, or 0-star in this case. This photo right here, don't really need it. There's a girl kind of awkwardly standing in the background here. We can get rid of that photo. There's really no reason for it. Let's 3-star this. Let's 3-star this one here. I feel like the detail is lost in her dress, so we'll come down a little bit on her exposure there. And the same thing here as well. If I look at this photo right here, I have her smiling, I have her smiling. She's kind of making an awkward face. And this one right here, I have her smiling, but she's making an even worse face. So I'm going to toss that from the set by hitting 0. There's really no reason to have both of them. Having a photo of the church that's enhanced and pretty could actually be really nice. I'll take this one since it's a little more straight and 3-star that one. Here comes Dad seeing her for the first time. Probably pick one that they're in the same photo together and 3-star that. again. And we'll get down to the formals. This is where we'll really put in our work to pick out the images that we think are the best. We'll grab a good shot of her and the girls together. We'll 3-star that. 3-star. Maybe we'll 3-star one of these. In fact, it'd be fine to 3-star all of them, and then just go back when you see the 3-star images and just pick whichever one you feel like needs a further enhancement. It's a cute shot. This is a great shot. And this is kind of watching her face. Whenever the nose line crosses the cheek line, it makes the nose look bigger. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to pick an image that looks that way. I could basically just pick this one where she's looking straight forward. Flowers look good there, and we're moving on. So what you'll see here is that we've already gone through about 285 photos. We've gone through these photos in about, let's just say, in about 10 minutes or so. And there's about 1,000 photos. So if you figure you take an hour, take you about an hour to go through and pick the images that you want to be looking at going forward, that's about the right amount of time that we want to be looking at things. So the next thing we want to do is, after we've finished editing these down to this point, we want to start sorting by the flagged images. These are images that have flags. Okay? These are the ones that we want to go ahead and make the changes and fixes that we talked about before. So from here, what we're going to do is go into the Develop panel. We'll use the Spot Removal tool, and we'll come in here and we'll do a nice job of removing this from the background. That's not really a great job, by the way, and while I'm at it, I might as well remove the light switch, since it's totally distracting. And that cleans up this image considerably. And then we'll go over here and look at this. Now you'll see that there are 1, 2, 3 of essentially the same image. I mean, I would consider 0-starring some of these, not only to take down the work a little bit, but because they're exactly the same image. There really isn't anything different about them. I would leave that and maybe toss this one. So there's this one right here, and this is a critical point. This is a flagged image. Oh, by the way, when you're finished with this one, right here, try to zoom in and take care of this problem. You will not be able to take these into Photoshop. These are smart previews. They can only use the Lightroom stuff, the Lightroom tools that you have. They cannot use the Photoshop tools. So if you need to take it into Photoshop, you need to leave it flagged. And that way, when we get it back, we will go through and make those final adjustments on it that need to be made. So I just adjusted this one here. I'm going to hit the ellipses tool again and unflag this image. This will be an image that we will actually leave flagged at the end, because removing this red from the background is going to require Photoshop. So we'll leave this one flagged, and we'll move on to the next one. Grab this tool and just remove that section. Probably could have done a better job than that. Not a lot to choose from, but we'll do the best we can. Yeah, and we'll kind of remove it as best we can. Same thing in here, removing this section as well, and we're just going to sit here and get rid of these fire hydrants and exit signs. You will find will be the majority of the amount of work that has to get done here. Is finding a way to use the tools within Lightroom to remove them. And again, remove the flags from the ones that you fixed. We'll go in here. This one we sort of felt like we would add a exposure brush to. Try to lighten up the side here, and then maybe use an exposure brush down to darken up this side. Put the focus in over here. One more shot of that, and the image looks a little bit better. I might even recrop this to remove some of the out of focus element, so we're looking at only in focus element right there. Unflag it, and here same thing, remove the background here. Easy enough. Unflag this one. I felt like he was standing crooked. I will straighten him out, but by doing so, I'm realizing that the straightness is being determined by the line on the wall here, as well as the photo, as well as this frame. I'm going to take this frame out first of all, so that we're only looking at a set number, a couple of lines over here. But as you can see here, this is not an issue of it being straight. This is actually skewed because it's a 35mm. So we'll take the time to make it as straight as possible. We'll even go in and add a little bit of sharpening because it looks like it's out of focus here. I think we 2-starred this one, so we're glad we didn't 3-star because it's slightly out of focus. We'll unflag that one. This one here, we were thinking about cleaning up the crop a little bit, try to get rid of some of the distracting elements down below, which we've done. I'm going to take this tool here, change that, get rid of that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to use some of the exposure adjustment tools to kind of go in and brush it down to change the focus and kind of darken that up a little bit down below there. Okay, really change the focus so we're just looking at the watch and we're not distracted by the stuff that's on the floor. Use the spot removal tool to kind of come in here and clean up some of the stuff down there. This will be great, and then we can add a little bit of contrast to the image, and to be honest with you, when we're all done with it, this is a pretty solid looking image. We might call this one a 3-star, and we might remove the flag from it as well. Looking at the dress photo, we got to straighten it out a little bit. Use this tool here to go in and remove this. Zoom out. Use the spot adjustment here a little bit to darken the dress up on the right hand side. As you can see, it's being hit by the window and losing a lot of the detail. Okay, and again with this we talked about straightening out this image a little bit so it looks straighter. Obviously this makes the line of the background crooked, but something has to be straight in the image. Might as well be the thing you're taking a photo of, add a little contrast to it, and you're done. Okay, and that's it. Once you're done with the flags, take off the flag and go to the 3 stars. These are all the images that we felt like were really, really great. We want to use these in the album, so we're going to want to take some time to straighten these out, adjust them, adjust the contrast, and really clean these images up so they look absolutely perfect. These are going to be the ones you're going to spend a good and fair amount of time with. Adjust the contrast, give them a little color pop. Take this, maybe go black and white with it, maybe not. Adjust this contrast here. Maybe do some spot removal. But really take your time with these images to make sure that these are absolutely perfect. Add a little clarity to this so that it looks a little bit better. Come in here. Make sure this is straight. That looks good. This is okay. Pick which one of these ones you really want to use that you like better. Here's the one where the maid of honor is leading in. We'll turn this one to a 2-star, and this one we'll do a little contrast adjustment, maybe a little saturation adjustment here, pop some of the color a little bit, spot adjust at the exposure here on her shirt so that it's not as bright. Change that to a -0.5. Okay, really kind of come in here and again clean these images up because we want these ones to be the ones that may crack off a little bit of clarity here. Really kind of increase the detail in that. That one's all set. This one's good here. We'll straighten out the background a little bit. We want these to be the perfect images. This one I'll use some time to go through the tool. We're looking at this photo here. Obviously has a little bit too much white space in here, so we'll crop this down, bring us a little bit closer to the action anyway, and we're moving on. Okay, so now what you would have done is you would have gone through and you would have 3-starred the images. It looks like we had about 26 3-star images here that needed to be really enhanced to take a look at them and spend the time with them to make sure that they are perfect. And that's it. That's the end of it. Once you've done these, you've done with the flags. What we should have at the very end of it is we should have a few, when these are all done, one would think that we should have a few unflagged images. I mean, we should have a few flagged images that need Photoshop work in order to get them fixed, and then we will take a look at those when they come to us. So there should be maybe 10 or 15 of these unflagged images. I'm sorry, these flagged images that are left over. And that's basically the job. Once you're all set with this, please follow the upload instructions. I'm not going to go over them right now, but use the upload instructions that are attached to this document to explain how to then send the files off to us so that we can then start the process of final reviewing them and being done. Thank you.